The word terror is something I never really related to Vegeta, as throughout Dragon Ball, I've only seen him fearful less than a handful of times probably. During the fight with the original Broly was the lowest I've ever seen the Prince of Saiyans fall, as true fear was displayed all over his face and he trembled with fear in the presence of the legendary Super Saiyan. Those days are long gone now, however, as Vegeta has since never been shaken to that point again, even in the face of the strongest of foes. But even the toughest warrior has a weakness. When we last left off in Dragon Ball New Age, the threat of Rigor, the abysmally powerful half-brother of Vegeta, has been neutralized for the time being, but his return is imminent seeing as how he survived. The battle definitely wasn't a complete success for the Z Fighters, however, as the lives of both Oob and Goten were lost in the battle. With permission from the Elder Kai, the Z Fighters have been given permission to use the Dragon Balls one final time in order to bring back their loved ones. However, they have to wait until their energy is fully charged back, and this will be the final time they're allowed to rely on the Dragon Balls. With the Dragon Balls recharging their powers and the threat of Rigor returning still looming, the Z Fighters enter an arc of training as even Goten and Oob look to return back to the living, more powerful than ever and ready for the next foe, although the next threat is much closer than they already realize. During a shopping trip in town, Vegeta and his daughter Bra are confronted by a sinister looking being who begins annihilating the citizens until his search for a bigger, more pure energy leads him to Bra. Vegeta arrives right on time to save his daughter, but his own massive aura is more than enough to draw the attention of this being away, so the two move the location of their battle to a more suitable environment. This is the god of the demons himself, and while Vegeta may harness power that rivals that of the gods, the abilities of the demon god far exceed those of an average fighter. Right away, Vegeta demonstrates that in a battle of combat, the demon realm is no match for him as he deflects all of his opponent's attacks even with a single hand. This prompts the demon to use the full explosiveness of his power, attempting to decimate Vegeta in one shot. However, this fails as well, bringing Vegeta within moments of finishing this annoying battle. Oddly though, his opponent seems to enjoy this feeling of despair and fear that he himself has never felt before, helpless against another being's power, and this is when he gets an idea. Even the strongest of mortals harbor weaknesses, whether they be internal or external, and Vegeta has much to offer the god of demons. In a wisp of demonic black aura, Vegeta is consumed by darkness, but when he wakes up, he seems just fine. Unable to locate his opponent after coming to, Vegeta heads back to the city to look for Bra, but what he finds stuns him. The entire city has been destroyed and all of the civilians killed, but worst of all, as Vegeta travels further into the destruction, he finds the body of his deceased daughter Bra as well. Filled with regret at ever deciding to leave her behind alone, Vegeta's sobbing is cut short when Bra gets up and begins speaking to him in a very ominous voice. It isn't until Vegeta gets a good look at her eyes that he realizes that Bra has been taken over by the demonic god, or so it seems, in an effort to tear away at his emotions. This is no regular dream though. Vegeta is up against black magic that transcends any regular magic he's ever encountered and now must face off against his own daughter in an effort to break whatever this curse is that's been placed on him. But the true meaning of all of this is much darker than we realize right now. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball New Age for yourselves, the link to the original manga as well as Malik's Twitter as always will be linked down below in the description box, so be sure to go check them out. Don't forget to turn on those notifications by clicking the bell icon down below to never miss an upload as soon as they go live. And if you guys have been enjoying all of the consistent anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps the videos get out there easier, guys, so I appreciate all of the support. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content, but without further ado. As the possessed daughter of Vegeta, Bra charges at her father with ill intent. Vegeta panics for a slight second on what he should do. However, he just resorts to going on defense and blocking all of her attacks. "What's the matter?" Bra taunts him. "Why are you just blocking? Why don't you want to fight back?" Vegeta doesn't respond as he tries to figure out a way to do this without hurting his daughter, for the first time seemingly allowing emotions to cloud his judgment in battle, which is very unlike him. He retreats momentarily, creating space between them again, but this is when Bra unleashes a powerful ki wave right at him, taking Vegeta off guard again as he's forced to now make a decision here. As the explosion erupts, it seems Vegeta's decided to take the attack head on, and as the smoke clears, fortunately he's okay. "You just can't bring yourself to strike me, can you?" Ra asks, taunting him more on how he's visibly holding back now. How pathetically sentimental. "In your mind," she continues, "you know I'm not really your daughter, but your heart only sees her face." Vegeta brushes himself off and begins tearing off his torn jacket as his face begins to show much more seriousness. "My daughter," he says firmly, "hits much harder than you." The demon just smirks, becoming amused with Vegeta's resilience. "Does she now?" she says, charging at him once again. When she throws a punch this time, however, Vegeta catches her arm with great ease, halting all of her power and momentum. "That's enough," he says. "Whoever you are, this little game of yours is over. Now get out of my head." Broad just smirks as she says, "Over? You think we're done here? Oh my dear delusional mortal, I think you'll quite find that the game has scarcely begun," she says ominously. An awful sense of dread overcomes Vegeta, embedding fear into his very soul as the dark magic etches away at his mind. He's brought to his knees from the sheer terror overcoming him, gasping for breath. "Come now," Bra says, standing over him. "You didn't honestly think that a battle with me would be as simple as a mere fistfight, did you? Have you already forgotten what I said about bringing you here? How I'm the only one at an advantage?" "These visions," Vegeta stumbles, still sweating from sheer terror. "What have you done to me?" "I haven't done anything," she replies. "What you experience is but a consequence of being near me. I am far beyond a typical demon," she goes on. "You are in the presence of the very beacon from which darkness, evil, and madness radiate like the heat of a flame. The closer to my raw, unshielded essence you are, the more the grip of madness will consume you and your fears will devour your will. And once your sanity crumbles," she chuckles, "you will be helpless to stop me. Your mind, body, and soul will belong to me." An even more severe sense of dread overcomes Vegeta as the demon god's essence forces more visions to appear within his mind, haunting him, pecking away at his sanity. "Madness has always been one of my favorites," the demon says. "For some, madness can be an escape. If things aren't so good, you can retreat into madness and always imagine something better. But for others, madness is like having the weight of the world shoveled onto your shoulders, testing your integrity. Either way," she continues, "it's a catalyst for change. You cannot have change without a little madness." "I seek change," the demon goes on, now circling Vegeta. "A means to rectify an injustice of a divine scale, and only one thing can change it. For mine is the greatest madness of all." As she gets closer to Vegeta, the visions become more vivid and powerful. "So just let go," the demon says, now invading all of Vegeta's mind. "Let slip the reins of your sanity. Give yourself to me. Become my instrument of chaos. Become my vessel," they say, and this is when it becomes apparent that what the demon god seeks is a powerful vessel harboring the pure and radiant aura that Vegeta has. "Never," Vegeta struggles, slowly getting back to his feet. "What was that?" Bra says, shocked that he's even able to stand again. "I will never submit to you," Vegeta says angrily. "This isn't possible," Bra says, shocked. "How are you resisting my influence so close? You should be quivering in fear, cracking under your own mind." "For the better part of my life," Vegeta says, trembling as he stands up, "I lived in servitude to another. My life was forfeit to the whims of a madman. After so many years, I finally claimed my life for my own. Then some alien thing snatched my life again? I have had enough of being the puppet to the whim of another," Vegeta says, anger boiling over as he begins to transform. "Never, never again, so long as I can help it. I don't care what your powers or reason are. So long as I can draw breath, I will never be your slave," he says, as his energy explodes, transforming into an enraged Super Saiyan. "Now come on," he barks, now broken from the shackles of insanity. "You want to drive me mad? Best do it quickly, because I won't be pulling any more punches," he says angrily, as we see the demon in Bra's body stunned at Vegeta's willpower and pure strength as the chapter comes to a close.